What's good everyone, this is Alex from DopeBoyzMuzic. Today I decided to do a little sample breakdown from a sample of one of our recent packs called Soul Chart Vol.3. The name of this sample is Kung Fu. Let's get straight to it.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. First of all, with this sample, Kung Fu, the main inspiration came from the main theme from Enter the Dragon, which is a Bruce Lee movie. So the main rhythm of this sample kinda was inspired by that piece of music. And if we just solo the instruments real quick that I started this sample with, you can hear the similarities, I guess. So we have the bass, the hi-hat, and we have this guitar. So this sample is in F sharp minor. The bass line kind of revolves around the F sharp minor pentatonic. And this was the bass for this particular sample. And then we also have this little mallet sound in here. But it has that, I guess, Asian vibe to it, with those parallel like fourths playing a pentatonic scale. And this sounds kind of like what could be a movie score. No? Some bad guys about to get their ass whooped. And I was thinking, how could I get this to sound a bit more like smooth soul type of music? So what I did next was I added this pad sound or keyboard sound. I don't even know what it is. It's kind of like a mixture of synth and pad and Rhodes, I guess. And the chords are basically B minor 9 over F sharp, and the second chord is a F sharp minor 11. So with the bass staying in F sharp. So the next thing we added were the guitars, and the way this works usually is I play most of the guitars on my MIDI keyboard, and then we have a real guitarist re-record all those keyboard sounds. So we have this wah-wah guitar. And then we basically have a bunch of like guitar sounds, guitar layers. More chords. The next thing I tried to build upon the main theme, which is this that you hear from the mallets in the intro. I tried to build the intro, like I tried to build it towards the chords. The way I did this was with brass sounds, basically. So we have a real brass section, and we still have the keyboard brass sounds in there as well. And you can hear it in the intro, the brass, they start to layer the mallets from here on. With a call and response thing going on. This is me doing this voice right here. And I kind of wanted to, you know, have a call and response thing. And I remember I was singing this while I was working on the brass. I was thinking, why not just sing it myself instead of layering it with instruments? So it has that kind of 70s movie type of character with the voices. And I thought it would fit pretty well to this sample. Then we have this big crescendo into the soulful chords, brass fills. And here's a little delay automation on the next brass fill. Guitar fills. And we also have vocals on this particular sample. Basically, when the soul-ish part drops, the vocals drop as well. And the brass sound plays around the vocal. And with this vocal, we try to work less with compression. As you can see, there's only one compressor here, multiband compressor, which is basically a de-esser. We try to work less with compressors and more with volume automation. We have these little parts, like this one is a bit lower, as you can see. We try to stay true to like a more 80s, 70s type of sound, and we didn't want it to over compress the vocal or over edit the vocal. So in order to make it sound even a bit more old school, we also work with tape effects on the vocal. You know, there's also a tape delay. Just try to make it sound like old school. You know, the singer is doing a great job as well. It's the character of the sample very well. And I also really like the lyrics because he basically says, you know, you're about to get whooped and you can either run or fight. And the sample, it's called Kung Fu, and kind of played around the theme of that name. It's really cool. I like it.
What you about to see? I'm giving you one more chance to fight or flee.
And then we have a flute solo. We had people play the flute with real instruments, but we ended up liking the keyboard solo better, so we just kept that one. And here we have the melody again, layered with brass. We have organ chords as well. So this organ, it's more in the background, but it fills up the space very well. It's a very good organ. And it's basically layering the chords, the B minor 9 over F sharp and the F sharp minor 11. The next part is a guitar solo. We didn't plan to have a guitar solo in this track, but our guitarist also just did a solo over the track. So we kind of just made the sample a bit longer by 16 bars, or I think it's maybe even 32 bars, I don't know. It's really cool solo. The bass also changes up a little bit. This is where the bass stops playing that pentatonic riff. And into the outro. Little pluck sound for the outro. And that's pretty much it.
So I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown of this sample. If you did, then make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And talk to you in the next video.